Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since I made a last video. Um, just recently I've been getting some activity in my comments, and I really appreciate there's been some people saying like I'm going through the same thing and stay strong and asking me all these questions. And you know, as of right now, with my schizoaffective disorder, it's not schizophrenia. It's schizoaffective. And I mean, I I think the only difference is like, you know, schizoaffective, I've I've haven't really heard the doctor say this, but in my mind, it just sounds like a more benign schizophrenia. Um and it's really starting to show because I'm very asymptomatic right now. And I do give a lot of credit to, or I guess what I'm trying to say is the reason, I think the reason for that is I have found a lot of peace and happiness through creating a relationship with God. Um, I I was raised, Roman Catholic. I'm confirmed in the Catholic Church, and but I don't I don't know if I would go around saying like I'm a Catholic. Just because like I I was young at that point and I really didn't know what I believed. It was just kind of the fact that, you know, my mom was Catholic, my dad was Episcopalian. And I guess my mom won the argument saying, I want them to be Catholic. I mean, Episcopalian is like pretty much Catholicism, just you know, without communion. I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. I mean, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, but what I'm trying to say is like my whole belief system is really tied to what is what is my role in this big picture. And I've kind of been coming to terms with I don't have to be um the most important person in the room, or I don't have to be the wealthiest person in the room. I don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Just how can I play my role so that at the end of the day I have learned something that has made me better or closer to my goals, to my God, to my family, to my friends. Um, and it's been quite an adventure, quite a journey, really. And I'm getting, you know, your comments saying stay strong and all this and all your support, and I I love that, and I want to, you know, just share with you that, it there are times where, things seem bleak or that, you know, like, your light seems like it's fading. And you really have to buckle down and believe that there is a reason for that. And you don't have to find the reason in that moment, but you have to find the peace that if something negative is happening to you, um, you shouldn't dwell in, oh, why is this happening to me? Like, what? Why? Because you hear it all the time. Like, why me? Why? And it's okay. It's okay. I've been there too. I've been like, why is this happening? And it's okay to do that, but at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to realize that, you know, it's life's a roller coaster. It's ups and downs, loop-de-loops, twists and turns, and when you go through all of that and you get to the end of the ride, it 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 will be it'll be worth the ride. It'll be worth it. You'll come out of it and be like, "You know what? That wasn't very pleasant, but I am I can tell that I've become a better person because I've learned so much from all those experiences." And that's kinda how I've found, like, the peace knowing that, "Oh my gosh," like, you know, "thank God that happened." And what I'm referring to is the acid, like, I mean, obviously, like, no one wants to be like no one wants to really think about it as if, like, "Oh, thank God you did drugs." No, that's not what I'm saying, like, what happened that day actually freed me from the, like, subconscious oppression of, like, myself. I guess what I'm trying to say, what the words I'm trying to say is, like, if it didn't happen, then I would probably still be smoking weed, drinking, not understanding my role in life, and it probably w would have put me in a worse situation than I am in now, and so, yeah, like, of course, afterwards, you know, having hallucinations, hearing voices in my head, like, that scene from Bruce Almighty? Well, where, like, he's at dinner and he's hearing voices and, like, it's like he turns to the people like, could you keep it down to a dull war? Thank you." Like, stuff like that. Like, that was happening nonstop, and, you know, obviously, you're not gonna turn to someone and say, like, "Could you shut up?" Like, you're not gonna say that. So you have to deal with all that shit attacking you, and it's like and it gets too much, and it got too much. That's why I was in the hospital, mm, jeez, I was in the hospital probably a dozen times. I mean, maybe even more, like, in a span of, 4 or 5 years, and it was just like, I I couldn't function, and now that I can function, I can process, I can feel emotion, I can feel, to an extent, secure within my mind and my body. Um, it's great. It really is great, and I hope that I can hear from you guys and say, like, share anything, oh, like, I mean, the support is good, but I also like hearing other experiences. Like, I have been on the comments for some of the comments where it's like I'm going through the same thing, and I've really found peace in this. Like, one guy was like, reading the Bible. Yeah, I mean, I've been there. Like, if anytime, if you feel like something's happening in your life, reading the Bible. What I've also done is just almost do it like an audio book too, because I just feel like like I can, I'm, I'm an auditory learner. So, um, listening to it, I mean, it's yeah, it's old dialect, but it's like you you find like these beautiful emotions within the Bible where it's like, oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be, at the end of this, I'm gonna be okay. And it really gives you that calming effect. I mean, some of us, hearing this, like, oh, I'm not gonna read the Bible. I get it, but also like finding something that grounds you. Like I've started to play chess. I've been playing chess. I play golf. I do these hobbies that you know you know help me stay like golf physical, not I guess not really like physical, but I mean like getting outside with people and chess, like keeping your mental awareness, sharpness, whatever you want to say. And yeah, I think that it's important that you find something that you enjoy that is productive, semi-productive, like, or if you think society is going to define it as non-productive, find the reasons for yourself to understand why it's productive for your growth. And I mean there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you can do. It's your life. You know what I mean? That's why I found out it's my life. I'm in the driver's seat and I really want to um start thinking like that, you know? I haven't really had those like thoughts like I can choose to do this. It's more of been like a breakdown, almost like a logical analysis, like what is the logical decision here? And most of the time I was basing it off of what others would think. Like, okay, what would this person do in this situation? Or what would this person say? Or what would this person think? And I I think that is kind of like, like to answer one person's question about um like was there any symptoms of schizophrenia? Um I guess a little bit of it was I would kind of like, was there any symptoms of schizophrenia before the acid? And I guess I would like use other people's thoughts, if you will. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that like could lead to some sort of like schizophrenic diagnosis or schizoaffective diagnosis. And I didn't really like I don't even think that's like schizo like a schizo thing, but it's more of like I guess like I was absent. I wasn't a an like I wasn't doing things for myself, so I never really knew myself. I just knew what everyone else thought or what everyone else did. And I was kind of just like behind this window within myself. And it's it's sad sometimes to think about because it's like, oh, like how you think about like the what ifs of, and I don't even want to get into that because it's like it's the past. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about sometimes. So anyway, guys, think that's gonna do it for this video. if any of you guys like go on chess.com or play chess, I'd love to like play. I find peace in chess. So if you ever want to like play a chess game and like chat, excuse me, um, definitely message me or throw something in the comments and we could start something up because I think that'd be cool. Talk to some of the people and play with some of the people who watch my videos. Because why not, right? Why not? My life. Anyway, see you guys. Take care.